Hi, my name is Helen. Welcome to my art room, where I would like to share with you what has inspired my images and creative writing. I've been on an exciting journey exploring archaeological sites, myths and folklore, and this is an ancient history of art centered on women for people who are intrigued by transformative fables and would like to translate them into modern myths to inspire the future.
Hi, welcome to Stories from the Art Room. My name's Helen, and today, as it was such a beautiful day in mid-March, I thought I would take you on a walk with me through Flats Lane Country Park, which is not too far away from where I live. Some people look back on the 1960s as a sort of golden epoch, and not necessarily those who were there at the time. I was in my early teens for most of the 1960s, and as my body developed, along with my interest in the opposite sex, my experience of the so-called sexual revolution was being confronted with a wall of silence and repression when it came to understanding what sex could mean for me. In the 1960s, there was an energy fizzling through British culture, but also it was a time when many young women were subject to sexual assault and murder and were featured with sickening regularity on the front pages of tabloid newspapers. In those days, when you turned from the picture of the dead girl, you then saw the boobs of the page 3 pin-up, which I found truly horrifying juxtaposition. I was in my early 20s and survived a close shave with a man who was savagely attacking women in Cambridge. Clint Eastwood enjoyed great success with his Dirty Harry films in the 1970s. And one rainy afternoon when my in-laws were visiting, we put on the TV to watch Magnum Force. This film begins with a road cycle police officer machine gunning down a group of call girls partying around a swimming pool. The voyeuristic attitude being that because the young women were sex workers, they deserved to be mown down. I couldn't watch it and had to leave the room. As a result of the blasé misogyny of those years, I have attempted to counterbalance destructive attitudes in my creative writing and artwork, using humour whenever I can, as laughter has an intrinsic power to heal. Feminism has taught me the notion of being a woman or a man is a social construct. So it's an idea to be careful about self-image and the goals we set ourselves to ensure our own core well-being is okay. Of course, when we're teenagers, there's one hell of a drive to fit in with our generation's zeitgeist, and we'll do whatever that takes, self-compromising or not. Behavioural scientists have discovered that this is because when young animals are at their sexual peak, their raging hormones shear off neurons in the frontal lobes responsible for risk assessment, which then regrow as they mature. Hence the term to wear pink glasses or Love is Blind, and their ability to gamble fearlessly. The neurons then regrow as we mature, and the myths we buy into play a significant part in what drives us. A myth can be a mirror in the mind that reflects a one who is elevated, transfigured, and magically free. A myth can offer both a destination and a guide to attitude and behaviour as a means to get there. And by this means, a myth can innovate and enhance life, offering concrete support in the face of the misery and difficulty, which is the inevitable part of being alive, I think. A myth then is a map for action. It requires courage, and losing faith in the liberating goal it offers will cause it to fail. Trump is not the first leader to conjure power like a magician by using myths. His campaign slogan, to make America great again, operates like a whispering dream of possible freedom and fulfillment, a promise that generates perennial hope. Having said that, myths can also convert into a kind of repressive dogma, be too narrow-minded in focus, instill blinkered beliefs that shut out a wider view of what is practical, realistic, and common sense. I've realised I can be as gullible as the next person when it comes to miracle solutions. And certainly if we are to prevent ourselves from wrecking our perfect planet, we need to make damn sure the myths we formulate to guide our lives are authentically fit for purpose. And looking at these issues continues to fire my creative practice. Thanks for watching. Next time I have some excerpts from my novel, The Whisper Copy. So bye for now, and hope to see you then.